What's up guys, this is Rishi here, back with another tutorial, and this tutorial was apparently highly requested by a lot of you guys. I don't know why, but it was, so let's just get started. Alright, so as you may have already guessed, this tutorial is all about the rush jets, that is the Thunderbolt and the Frogfoot, right? Now without further delay, I'll get to the points that you really need to remember and need to keep in your head all the time flying these jets. First, the guns on these jets, the cannon on these jets are deadly strong. You do not need rocket pods. I still see people, flying these jets and attacking the ground with rocket pods, and I go face palm. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't need rocket pods in this jet. I'll show you why. If you can accurately fire at a tank, even with reactive armor, for maximum 1.5 or 2 seconds, the tank will be dead from 100%, literally, right? Second point, these jets are very slow, so make sure you're not flying low. Always fly at a really high altitude, all right? And when you dive down to attack any armor or any infantry or whatever it is that you want to kill, make sure you have a good altitude, because these jets react a little late as they are slower than the conquest jets, right? Another thing, speed control. These jets do not have afterburners, so you have to compensate with accelerating for a little longer and braking for almost about at the same time as the conquest jets. So you'll have to compensate with the accelerator because you don't have the afterburner in this. Also remember, these jets are somehow really glitched. They tend to show you that you're using flares even when you're using ECM. It will work like ECM, it'll act like ECM, it'll hide you from the enemy air radar and stuff, but it still shows that you've popped flares. I don't know why it does that, it just does that. And that is why a lot of you guys ask me when I show some rush jet gameplay. You guys are like, you tell us to use flares, but you yourself are using, you tell us to use ECM, but you yourself are using flares. And I'm like, okay, I gotta explain this in a video really soon, otherwise you guys are just gonna get on my back. So now you know these jets are glitched, so even if you see your aircraft popping out flares, don't worry, it's still ECM. Oh, and why should you fly really high? Well, there are two reasons behind that. One, these jets are really slow, so if you fly close to the ground, well, someone like X Factor might pop up and blow you right out of the sky with this tank or an RPG. And second is whatever whatever your targets are on the ground, like a tank or a jeep, they're always weak from the top. So always attack from the top, taking a good amount of altitude with you so that you don't go and kiss the ground afterwards. Now let me show you why I recommend using only cannons on these jets. And there you go, just like that. Alright, you don't need more than 2 seconds if you're firing accurately with your guns at the tank or at the jeep or even at the Amtrak. For the Amtrak it takes a little longer, about 3.5 seconds, but seriously, it's not really that long, is it? 3 seconds, like, come on, 3 seconds, right? And if the tank is using reactive armor, it still hardly takes a split second longer. Not as long as the Amtrak, but just split second longer if you're killing a tank without the reactive armor. And well, there you go. You've got no reason to switch to rocket pods on these jets. Your guns are everything on these jets, so use the guns, bust out everything that stands in your way and stay high. Don't go low, you'll get shot out. Personal experience speaking here. Alright, and I guess that covers it all for the rush jets, the Thunderbolt and the Frogfoot. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you learned something more, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. Until the next time, you guys take care. This is Rishi signing off for now. Love you guys.